Welcome to Louisville, Kentucky, and we're here at the famous Louisville Slugger. We're gonna get a tour and we'll see how they make bats here in Louisville, Kentucky. This is the signature wall. It says over 8,000 players have signed contracts with this company. And it's the wall of names. It curves over there, curves all the way over here too. And this section of the wall are all the Hall of Famers. Just 80% of those who are invited in or inducted into the Hall of Fame have a contract here in Louisville. Alright, here we go into the museum. Wow, you can hold the bat. You got Babe Ruth here. So unfortunately, the tour didn't allow video, so I'll have to voice over this part. The tour began with a short film explaining the company of Hillerich and Bradstreet, the family that owns Louisville Slugger, where they get their wood from their secret farm located near the New York-Pennsylvania border, and how the company has grown to today. Once inside the doors, the first thing we saw were stacks of these round pieces called billets. These will eventually turn into bats, but are kept here to be worked on. Next, we were able to see one player from each major league team and pick up their billet to feel and touch their bat before it was spun into the final product. You can also see which players had a contract with Louisville Slugger. Stop 2 is where the pro bats are made. This massive machine creates a lot of the promotional or special event bats. It can also crank out a bat every 24 seconds, so we saw several made while standing here. Look at all the major league players that have been here and signed the machine. This is also where some of the special or custom bats are made, like these lightsaber bats made for the Giants Star Wars night. These weren't used in the game, but they were only made for purchase only. The machine was also making bats for that summer's All-Star game. Our next stop was this assembly line of automatic Hempel tracer lathes. This is the only place in the world where you can see this kind of setup, where they have 4 of these lathes going all at once. These machines can spin a bat every 20 to 30 seconds and produce about 1,000 a day. The bats are then hung up to dry and cure as they await their next step, which is the finishing. Most of these bats that Louisville Slugger creates gets that famous logo branded on it. But I learned that the ash bats don't get that brand because it could damage the bat. Here's a special bat that the Savannah Bananas made for their promotional use. So video wasn't allowed on the tour, but we got a free knob and 4 free bats to take home. You're the Batgirl now. Batgirl. And a knob. They have a lathe here. They're going to show us how they hand turn the bat.
Well, sir. So the model that they're working on is this one right up front. It's Joe DiMaggio's. So all those lines on it are actually calibration marks. They use the hand. Measure right where those marks are in the front and compare to the one he's working on. Like you guys may have heard Chuck saying, he already finished the top part of the bat, so everything looks beautiful up here. They're kind of working on that center part where they're going to take one. Usually this is an electric lathe. We did use steam powered lathes back then. So just a slight advantage that this one has versus the other ones. But the tools he's using and everything were the exact ones he had back in the day. These are actually different types of gouging knives. So he has a little smaller gouging knives. There's a larger one. There's also a parting tool, and that parting tool is what actually makes the roundness of the barrel and the knob. So you can take off a piece of like that kind of round.
They just branded this bat in front of us. With a logo like that. Smell. Oh, that smell of
burnt wood.
Yeah.
I love that smell.
They're showing some of the bats here of the Hall of Famers. And here's Tony Gwynn's here on the far right. And this is the bat he used in 1994 that helped him hit 394. But with the strike, the season ended early, and we'll never know if he'll ever hit 400 in the season. Hey, it's Griffey. He looks a lot shorter in person here. This bat right here was the one Joe DiMaggio used, well, the third bat he used during his 56 game hitting streak. And it's amazing, it's right here. It says Joe DiMaggio right there. So over here in the museum part, we're in line. You can actually hold a bat. I'm gonna see who I hold. We're holding Tony Gwynn's bat. So my dad and I just got to take pictures with the game-used bat by Tony Gwynn. It's pretty amazing because he's probably one of the best hitters of all time. That very underrated, but one of the best hitters of all time. He's in the Hall of Fame too, but we got to hold one of his bats. This is extra. This is an extra part of the tour, but you can go tour the bat vault, which they have all these bats you can hold and learn about all the different ones that different players used here.
And that ends our visit to the famous Louisville Slugger factory tour and museum. I hope you learned something while watching this, and as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.